You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell,
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Alvin! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zoogle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Here I come!
Are those arms even natural?
Take this.
Tiger!
Dance in the wind!
Leave the toy!
I'm not done!
It's too fast. Stand back. I'll trip it up.
It's almost too strong.
Then I'll split
You
it
picked the
open.
wrong beam, I guess.
In the wind! In here!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade. Dragon on a roll now.
Dragon form!
All good. Hope this works.
Piercing roar!
Vanquish darkness! That's like you!
Shut him down!
Regenerate! Arrow squall! Confiscated!
Take this!
Elusive deity.
Orochi's fury!
Eating pile driver.
Dragon form!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Yeah! Take this!
Force of regeneration. I can carve through armor. Regenerate.
Pissed off! You're finished! You picked the wrong fight! Enter Storm! Orochi's fury!
I'm ready.
No way out?
Orochi's fury!
Regeneration.
More for the sunlight!
Shattering of pieces. Attack time.
Hurricane strike! More without this!
Strike!
Down on the ground.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this This'Alim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dahna. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not. Xion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidria. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Out of my way!
Going in! If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Tiger Blade! Hurricane Strike! Lightning Strike! Hurricane Strike!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield
should do
for.
it.
Get behind!
Let you
Got
roll
it.
down.
I'll leave it to you. Here I come! Move it! Strike!
Light Astral Purge, Malevolent!
Azure Storm!
Waterfall!
Dragon Swarm!
Lancer! Dance in the wind! In here! More for the stockpile!
I owe you one.
On guard!
You're my...
Plenty left!
Stalagmite! On your knees!
Denied!
You're mine!
Thunder Field!
It's on! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! My turn!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Yeah! All right. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
That flapper was a true fighter.
Reel it in. She's got a good size to her, all told.
That flapper was a true fighter.
Could it be? fish is way bigger than I was expecting.
Oh, yeah!
There it is. That's our target.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Megasonic Thrust! Dragon Swarm!
It's in your hands now.
You'll pay for that!
Falling storm!
Dragon Swarm! Move
Tiger
it!
Blade!
Orochi Fury!
Piercing
Dance
roar!
in the wind! Air thrust!
Now you see what I can do!
Pierce!
Hot slash!
Thrust! Take this!
Illuminate the
Orochi's
sun!
Fury!
Come forth, holy
This
river!
one's mine!
Ready to go!
Plasma Shock!
Tiger Blade! Lightning condemned!
Void Slash!
Thunder Blade!
Soaring Light Spear!
Illuminate the sun! Come forth,
You
holy
picked the
river!
wrong fight!
Lightning
Holy
strike!
Land!
Soaring Light
Everyone,
Spear!
get
You're
back!
out!
It's too dangerous!
You're mine!
Firmament render!
You're mine!
Perilous wall!
Dragon!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Hey, anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
Whoa! Get a look at this view!
Don't get so drawn into it you fall over now.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Try harder! My turn!
Tiger Blade!
Orochi's Fury!
Anything normal is all mine!
I shall seal you where you stand.
Dragon Swarm! You're finished!
Lightning
I'll
condemned!
smash you!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Illuminate the
Yeah!
sun!
And
Come
pummeling
forth,
to
holy
me!
Dragon Swarm! Take this!
Hitting
No
fire!
escape!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
And Orochi's Fury!
Gusty nail!
Their arcs were interrupted.
I'm not done!
May 1,000 gales tear you to shreds!
Right! Soaring blast!
Gusty
Dragon
nail!
Swarm! This one's all mine! Orochi's Fury!
Illuminate the sun! Come forth, holy glitter!
It's over!
Holy land!
You're mine!
Another incantation ruined.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Come forward, holy glimmer! Hurricane
Megasonic thrust!
Lightning strike!
Dragon Ball! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Hurricane strike!
Try harder!
Denied!
Now!
Rotating pile driver!
Orochi!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Dragon Swarm!
Illuminate
Water
the
snake
I'll
wing!
smash you!
Take this!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning strike!
Orochi!
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Dragon Swarm!
Down on the ground!
Orochi Fury!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Dance on the wind!
Flying Spear!
Clear for us to pack!
Aqua Serpent! Take this!
Shining supernova!
Shows I mystic
Soaring
mercy!
Light Spear!
Malevolence!
Fairy
Arctic
circle.
waterfall! In here! I'll be
Here I
doing
come.
this one!
Take this! Begin!
Orochi Fury!
Shining
Too
supernova!
much! Orochi Law! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn!
Mystic mercy!
Strike!
Let's refrain from losing.